Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are journeying to southeastern Nigeria to explore the rich and fascinating history of one of the country's largest ethnic groups, the Igbo people. From ancient traditions to modern triumphs, the story of the Igbo is one of resilience, innovation, and deep cultural pride. So, let's dive right in. The origins of the Igbo people, like many ancient cultures, are a blend of historical evidence and oral tradition. Archaeological findings in the region, specifically at a site called Igbo in Anambra State, have unearthed artifacts dating back to the 9th century AD. These discoveries, which include intricate bronze castings, pottery, and beads, reveal a sophisticated and wealthy society with extensive trade networks long before European contact. These artifacts are some of the most intricate and technologically advanced bronzes ever found from that era, showcasing an early mastery of metallurgy that was truly ahead of its time. The Igbo society was likely a theocracy, led by a priest-king who held both spiritual and temporal power. Oral traditions offer another layer to the Igbo origin story. Many Igbo communities trace their lineage to a sky being or founding father named Eri. According to these traditions, Eri descended from the sky and established the first Igbo settlement in the Anambra River Valley. His descendants then spread out, founding various clans and communities that make up Igboland today. This Igbo culture, centered around the priestly town of Nri, became a spiritual and political powerhouse. The Nri, or the King of Nri, was a revered figure whose influence extended far beyond his immediate kingdom. He wasn't a military conqueror. His power was based on spiritual authority, ritual purification, and the control of agricultural cycles. Priests from Nri would travel throughout Igboland, settling disputes, cleansing abominations, and ensuring cosmic balance. This system created a unique form of decentralized governance, a hallmark of Igbo society for centuries. And like many other large societies in West Africa that formed centralized monarchies or empires, the Igbo people traditionally lived in autonomous, self-governing villages and towns. This political structure was highly democratic and republican in nature. Each village was governed by a council of elders, title holders known as the Ozo, and an assembly of all adult males. Decisions were made through consensus, after lengthy discussions and debates where every man had a right to speak. This system, often described as a form of village democracy, fostered a strong sense of community, individual responsibility, and fierce independence. Power was not concentrated in one person but distributed among the people. This is captured in the popular Igbo proverb, Igbo Enwez, which translates to the Igbo have no king, highlighting their preference for a non-monarchical, egalitarian society. The Igbo economy was traditionally based on agriculture. They were skilled farmers, with yam being the most important crop, often called the king of crops. The New Yam Festival, or Iriji, is still celebrated annually to mark the harvest and give thanks for a bountiful season. Other important crops included cassava, taro, and palm products, which were a source of oil, wine, and building materials. Trade was also a vital part of Igbo life. Local markets were bustling centers of commerce where goods, ideas, and news were exchanged. The Igbo developed a complex system of market days that rotated among different villages, creating a regional economic network. They traded with their neighbors, like the Ibibio, Igala, and Ijo, and their trade routes eventually connected to the larger Trans-Saharan trade network. The arrival of Europeans in the 15th century, initially for trade in goods like spices and ivory, gradually shifted to the horrific transatlantic slave trade. Igboland, particularly the area around the Bight of Biafra, became a major source of enslaved people. The decentralized nature of Igbo society made it vulnerable, as villages were raided and people were captured. This period, known as the Aro Confederacy, saw the rise of the Aro people, an Igbo subgroup who used their famous oracle, the Obini Akpabai, to dominate the region's trade, including the trade in captives. This was a dark and devastating period in Igbo history, leaving deep scars and resulting in a large Igbo diaspora, particularly in the Americas, in places like Jamaica, Haiti, and the United States. By the early 20th century, the British had established colonial rule over Nigeria, The Igbo, with their independent spirit and decentralized political system, posed a challenge to British indirect rule, which favored working through centralized authorities like emirs or obas found in other parts of Nigeria. The British attempted to create warren chiefs, appointing local individuals to rule on their behalf. This was deeply unpopular and went against the grain of Igbo political culture, leading to widespread resistance, most famously the 1929 Women's War, or Oguamanwanyi. Igbo women, who held significant economic and social power, organized mass protests against the warren chiefs and the colonial tax policies. This movement was a powerful demonstration of collective action and resistance to colonial oppression. Despite the challenges of colonialism, the Igbo people eagerly embraced Western education and Christianity. They saw education as a pathway to progress and quickly began to excel in various modern professions. Many Igbo people became doctors, lawyers, teachers, and civil servants, playing a crucial role in the administration of colonial Nigeria and the growing nationalist movement. Figures like Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, an Igbo man, became a leading voice for Nigeria's independence and served as the country's first president after it gained independence from Britain in 1960. The post-independence period brought new challenges. Ethnic tensions and political instability culminated in a military coup in 1966 and a subsequent counter-coup that led to a horrific pogrom against Igbo people living in northern Nigeria. Thousands were killed, and millions fled back to the safety of their eastern homeland. In response to the violence and feeling marginalized within the Nigerian state, the eastern region, predominantly Igbo, declared its independence as the Republic of Biafra in 1967. Led by Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu. This led to the devastating Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War, which lasted for 2.5 years. The war resulted in a humanitarian crisis, with widespread starvation and the deaths of over 1 million people, mostly from hunger and disease due to a Nigerian blockade. Biafra surrendered in 1970, and the region was reintegrated into Nigeria. The end of the war was followed by a period of no victor, no vanquished reconciliation. However, the Igbo people faced immense challenges in rebuilding their lives and economy. Despite the devastation, they demonstrated incredible resilience and entrepreneurial spirit. Within a few decades, they had largely rebuilt their economy, re-establishing themselves as key players in Nigeria's commercial and industrial sectors. Today, the Igbo are known for their business acumen, their strong emphasis on education, and their vibrant cultural expressions. From the literary genius of Chinua Achebe, whose novel Things Fall Apart is a global masterpiece, to the thriving Nollywood film industry, Igbo culture continues to have a profound impact both within Nigeria and around the world. The story of the Igbo people is a testament to the strength of community, the importance of adaptability, and the enduring power of culture. From the ancient bronzes of Igbo to the global entrepreneurs of today, the Igbo have a history that is both uniquely Nigerian and universally inspiring. It is a story of a people who have faced immense adversity but have always found a way to rise, rebuild, and thrive. Thank you so much for joining us on this historical journey. We hope you learned something new and inspiring about the Igbo people. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into fascinating histories. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.